Tuning in to the greatest podcast out of Atlanta. Today we got a very special guest,
Yo, it's M20.
Mtwenty. For the people that don't know, where you from?
I'm from New York.
New York? You too far from New York.
Yeah.
Down south right now. Yeah, for the people that, you in Atlanta right now, what brings you out here in Atlanta?
I was just trying to link up with some artists and producers that I haven't met before.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been working with Bristow, Kavi, CGM, Frank, Gianni, all of them online. But working in person is like a whole different vibe, and I just wanted to have that experience.
How many days y'all been on collabing on the beat?
This is our fourth day.
Fourth day?
Yeah.
How many beats would y'all say y'all did so far?
Damn, we probably made like at least like 60, 70 beats.
60, 70?
Yeah.
All good or what?
I think most of them are pretty hard actually. Like I didn't think we would make this many crazy beats because we're up like late. I thought I'd be too tired, but now we made some pretty fire beats.
Y'all pull up all nighters and stuff?
Yeah, last night we went to bed at like 6 a.m.
6 in the morning?
Yeah.
Hey, that's good though. That's a grind.
Yeah, we had to get the work in.
Yeah. What part of New York? You from New York or you just stay in New York?
New York City. Yeah, I'm from there. I live in Manhattan my whole life.
Manhattan.
Yeah.
How is it out there?
It's cool. Yeah, like there's a lot happening. Like my whole life, there's always been like interesting stuff out there. The music is cool. Like in New York in general, it's a lot of drill stuff, which I like do a little bit of. But like honestly, my sound has always been like more like Atlanta type of stuff, which is another reason why I wanted to come out here.
I want to ask you, was it? I know it was never always drill in New York. When did that come to New York?
I don't know. I mean, I think it was like a few years ago, but with Pop Smoke, that really made it like an official thing. Yeah. Like, because just like his voice, it just makes the, like on top of the drill beats, like it's just so hard. And then obviously like him passing away, rest in peace, Pop Smoke, that just made the audience even bigger. So now there's like a lot of new fans into it. So it's mainstream.
Sure, because it's a big debate right now on the internet. They're saying like the New York drill stole it from UK, but then the Chicago is saying UK. Everybody just stole the whole drill from Chicago.
Yeah. Chicago kind of had that type of sound, but I think UK kind of changed the beats a little bit. But like the New York beats, it's like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a lot of the same producers that do it, but it's just a different type of flow and cadence in the New York stuff compared to the UK stuff.
Yeah, and the Chicago, like the drill, the era of the drill was like they was actually living basically what they were saying in the rap.
Oh,
it was a crazy era.
Sure.
I know everybody's seen it through DJ Academy, The War, Chirac and stuff like that. It was going crazy. Now I asked that because it's like, I know it just popped out of the blue, like, dang, like, and then especially like New York, I get that's where everybody like type of beats doing, like Pop Smoke beats and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's your more type of vibe, or
not really. I mean, I've had like a few like drill placements, but it's I don't even make that many drill beats in general. Like I think it's really cool, but like I hear so many people like Luca Beats, for example. He stays in New York. Like he's crazy with drill. I just know that I'm not at that kind of level with the drill beats. I'd like to get there someday, but I like the more like Atlanta sound and also
trap,
like Florida sound and stuff like that.
When you mean Atlanta, like you mean what, like trap?
Yeah, like Future. Future's been like one of my, and then like Future and his producers like Southside, Metro. Those are like my biggest influences. And I've been like kind of going with that sound and do my own little stuff with it.
I like them Future beats when they be like putting the flute.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like the mask on, that flute.
Yeah.
Man, them beats be going crazy. I always wonder who did them beats.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mascot was produced by Metro.
Metro.
Yeah. That was a sample though, but yeah, I always like the flute melodies and shit, yeah.
Flute, man. You ever listen to Mozart?
Mozart?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I played piano, like kind of classical shit when I was like really young, but I never became like crazy good at it. But yeah, I've heard some of that. I think it's
I've seen some artists, I mean not artists, but producers like sample Mozart, like that junk pretty crazy. Like
yeah.
And how you started even making beats? Like what made you get into making beats?
I was just chilling with my friend one day from school and he wanted to start rapping and we didn't know about like type beats or anything like that on YouTube. So my parents had they had Logic Pro on their computer and then I just took that and I started like just putting something together. It was so bad, but like he rapped on that. It was a terrible song, but I mean, it was kind of fun, like regardless of how good it was. So yeah, I just like kept doing that.
So would you say you started off with a dope setup or
No, I mean my parents were actually like into music production as like a
oh
hobby
for real?
type thing. Yeah. And my dad has always been like literally since I was like born, he's been putting me on to like random music, like a lot of like stuff from Europe and stuff. And and yeah, so I didn't start with like a crazy setup or anything, but I had Logic, which was good because I think I would have been kind of discouraged if I started with like GarageBand or something that
Oh
isn't
yeah.
as good. Um, but yeah, I had like a good like starting place from my parents.
So you was destined for this.
I guess so, yeah.
Dang. So at an early age you just start cooking up, beating.
Well, nah, I wasn't cooking up then, but I always had like an interest in music
Mm-hmm.
and like a different kind of taste in music as influenced by my parents. But nah, I started cooking up when I was in like ninth grade, so when I was like 14, 15 years old.
You got way better from now from there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like the main thing that changed was I switched to FL in like in 2019. Um
2019.
yeah, I got on FL Studio and from there the level of my drums because in Logic I know some people go crazy on Logic
Mm-hmm.
but the drums on FL like it's just easier for me. So
It's easier
yeah.
for you. Yeah. How long would you say you've been on, making beats?
um it's been I guess like three and a half
Three
years.
and a half years.
Yeah.
You feel like you accomplished a lot in 3.5 years?
Yeah, I mean, one of the main things that I've been doing this since like I guess the end of 2018 was
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. So yeah, that's like definitely a big accomplishment. I hit 5,000 subscribers recently on there, like
On
with my
YouTube?
beats. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Damn. So you used to like start flooding it with. You got a lot of beats on YouTube?
yeah. I got like 600 beats on YouTube.
600?
Yeah.
Hey, dang. Were they free?
Well, I mean, I post them as like most of them are free for nonprofit. So like
Yeah.
you could put it on SoundCloud if you put like Prod M20 in the title, but like some of them, like the ones that I really like, I make them not free, and then if somebody uses it, I like copyright that. Like I've copyrighted like hundreds of people who just like take my beats off YouTube.
Oh yeah. So like, let's say they're like you copyrighted and they already made a lot of money off it. Do you get a chunk of that or?
I've never been in that situation. If I was in that situation, I wouldn't just like copyright them. I get like a lawyer
Mhm.
involved. But so far it's like it's just like just kids having fun with it.
Yeah.
But it messes up like my business because I need like because if I don't do anything about it, then
Mhm.
nobody's gonna end up like buying the leases. They're gonna keep stealing them. So
Oh, they're like shit. Why pay for it? I get it for free.
yeah, so I have to like do something about it, which is it's annoying, but yeah, it's just the reality of doing YouTube.
So to this day, you still dropping on YouTube? Or
Yeah,
you
I like even for this trip, I like scheduled beats. I stay on my schedule. I upload Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. So at 5 p.m. like all the time, I don't miss a day.
Dang, you don't feel like you giving out too much free?
I think about that a lot, but it brings me a lot of like beneficial things like
Mhm.
Lil Play, he's one of the artists I'm working with now.
Mhm.
He found my beats off YouTube. Like I remember I DM'd him a long time ago. He didn't see it or anything, and then one day he DMs me. He's like, "Yo, I made something off one of your beats from YouTube." Then ever since then, we've been locked in. Other crazy opportunities come from YouTube, so I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worth giving up like some
It's a
things.
risk you want.
Yeah, because so many people like look on YouTube. Like I know
Oh yeah, for sure.
like huge artists will search for type beats on YouTube, and you just never know.
Till they hit you up like they're trying to buy the
Yeah,
beat out from
exactly.
you and just.
Yeah.
What's like your process? Would you lease the beats or you just straight up sell them?
Well, I have a BeatStars, like how Bristow said in his interview.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really great site. Track Train is also good. They're both really solid. So yeah, I do leases. There's $30. I'll probably raise my prices soon, and then I have the option for exclusives, but very rarely will somebody buy an exclusive.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you. I was when to ask the producer. Do y'all do Black Friday sales?
Oh yeah, I mean I've done stuff like that,
Yeah.
like Christmas discounts, Black Friday sales, and to be honest, like they don't really like change anything for me.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a big retail store, like then all the people see it, but not enough people see it. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
if somebody wants the beat, they buy it. Like it's not they're waiting for sales or anything really.
Oh yeah, because I think I be throwing like deals on like holidays and stuff like that. Buy two beats,
Yeah,
get such and such free and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's that first song you produced that helped you get out there too?
I would say this one by uh I would say, well, there's kind of two songs in
True.
2019. One was during the summer with this artist named Trey Cash. The song's called Chanel. It got on World Star. So it didn't have like my name on it. Didn't say like Prod M20
Mm-hmm.
on it because it was on World Star, but it got like 1 million on the music video. But
So nobody knew who did the
well,
beat.
I mean, like if you went on Genius, like if you did your
Oh yeah.
research, you could
Mm-hmm.
find it was me. But for the most part, it didn't get me like any clout or anything. But that was like my first like kind of placement, and then from there, I would say Armani, like the same thing that Bristow said
Mm-hmm.
actually. So shout out to Armani, like he actually took one of my beats from YouTube. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, once he did that, that had like my name more tied with it. Because one of the benefits of underground is like the producers are like respected more and they're
Mm-hmm.
given more attention. So after the Armani thing, people were like, "Whoa, this beat is kind of crazy." Then I had other people kind of hit me up from there, and I hit other people up. So then I started going on the underground side.
Like you said, the underground producers they respect it, but in the mainstream they be disrespecting y'all. They be stealing y'all sound,
Yeah, I mean, there's a
stealing
lot of like
everything.
stuff that happens behind the scenes in the
Mm-hmm.
mainstream that isn't cool. A lot of it's totally fine,
Mm-hmm.
but like for the average listener, like they don't care who produced it. They just
Yeah.
want to hear the music. But in underground, like if you're really seeking out that type of music, you're gonna care about like all the details. So you care about like who produced this. Then also on SoundCloud, it says like Prod, whoever. Like if you look at like Future's SoundCloud, Young Thug SoundCloud, it just says the title of the song. It doesn't say like Prod,
Yeah,
whoever.
yeah. Is that like a big issue with producers? Do y'all want to see y'all name under those tracks? Because I know in
Yeah.
Spotify too, they do. Some artists do put the producer name, but most of the time they don't. They just put the like you said the name of the song and by Young Thug and whatever.
Yeah. Of course, I want my name on like on everything because, like the more attention I could get, the better.
Mm.
But yeah, I think it's great that Spotify added that because that does help a lot. Like I use that feature when I hear a song that I like to see who it is.
Oh, it's a feature on Spotify. You can see who
Well,
produced it.
no, I'm just saying like
Oh yeah.
the button where you could click show
Oh
credits.
yeah.
Like I use that like whenever I listen to something to see who produced it.
Oh yeah. Dang, I ain't know that. But yeah, I know that was like a lot of people want to see like they name next to the the song. So I ain't gonna say they want the clout, but at least they want the credit for it.
Yeah, exactly. Credit is something super important. It's just like a matter of like mutual respect between the artist and producer and just trying to build build on each other and just support. I think it's important. Yeah.
Would you rather just like you want the credit and the fame, or you want the money out of producer?
Um well, I mean, hey, like with the mainstream placements, even if you don't get like the credit in the song title or whatever, you're getting a much bigger bag than underground. So I would say the bag is more important because people will still know who you are
Yeah.
at that point. So yeah, I would say the money, like the fame, I don't think that's important, but the credit is important.
But I kind of disagree because like the underground is like it's missing where a point where like I know y'all could get a much bigger bag than the mainstream. I know
Really?
y'all can. It just like sometimes artists don't have the right paperwork.
Yeah,
The right
that's another
paperwork.
thing. Yeah, like there's a lot of money that goes uncollected in underground
Swept
because
under the rug. Like
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just like it's just not because like the labels they have like a system, they put it
mhm.
through like all they have like their own distributors and all that. A lot of the underground stuff is so like messy and last second that a lot of money doesn't end up in the right spot. But yeah, I mean some underground artists do like, millions of streams, so there is sometimes a bag there.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? And like some producers like working with underground artists. I mean, your underground artists, they miss out a bag or like cause I've seen some like underground artists. They song like at 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
I know you got a pretty good bag out doing the millions of streams and stuff like that. Especially all these platforms and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a producer you want to like like do like a dream collab take?
I would say like in terms of trap, I would say like Metro, he's just always been like kind of different. He's always had his own vision and I respect that a lot. But outside of trap, there's this dude from the UK named Sam Galitry.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he doesn't really make trap, but he makes like really experimental like types of beats. He's like he kind of like keeps to himself, doesn't really do like many features, but if I had a collab project with him, like it's just a lot of like innovation that would happen. Like he's always pushing the boundaries of genres, and I
Mhm.
want to be a part of that type of
Is
movement.
he out there in the UK or he's like underground too?
Well, he's not that big, like, and
Mhm.
all of his stuff is instrumental. Like, he doesn't really work with
Oh,
many
okay.
artists. Like, he
Mhm.
doesn't get placements like that. But he has like instrumental tracks with like a few million. But he's not that big yet.
Yeah, you said Metro, right? What you think about that tape that he put out with 21 Savage?
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I think like as you were saying about credit, like he's really done that for himself. Like he's
Yeah.
built himself into a position where like his name is on it. So yeah, I think it's great. The tape is super cool.
Yeah.
Metro did a great job with the beats. Like I did a similar thing inspired by Metro. I dropped an album last year called MXX4L with 20 different artists on it, and like inspired by the same type of thing as Metro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's great when producers kind of like take that type of leadership role.
Yeah, I know a lot of people gonna be like, "What the hell I'm talking about?" But I know Metro, he outdid 21 in his own album. Like he produced that Savage Mode too. Like, man, you could tell he took his time on that. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you could listen to track by track. It's just like, man, he did his thing on
yeah. A
that.
lot of details. I like it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just crazy. But a lot of sampling too. And we were just talking
yeah,
about sampling. Like,
yeah.
you do samples too a lot or no? You try to stay away from it?
really not that much. Like yeah, as Bristow said, like there's a lot of trouble happens with them. Like songs don't drop.
Yeah.
And also like I'm not like it's a real skill to look for samples and stuff that aren't like widely used.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't put the time into like developing that type of skill. So I just don't even know where to like go for the crazy samples.
Yeah. What's the goal out of this? Like, what you trying to get out of like just producing plaques, money?
Well, like obviously I want to support myself, but really just to do something new. Like ideally I want to have a label, and just be able to put people together that I like, because at the end of the day, like making great music is such a satisfying feeling for me that if I have my own label and the resources to be able to bring like a tiny artist from like anywhere in the world with like a big artist from a different place and just putting them on the same song and making that kind of stuff happen, that's like really a goal for me.
Would you see yourself still working with a big artist if you blow up and you just, got the fame, the money? Would you look down to an artist that just got like probably like I would say like 2K followers on Instagram?
I'm always open to anybody. Like there are certain artists with like I've worked with people with like 100 followers now, and because I know if I start working with somebody with 100 followers now and I hear their potential, then that could turn into something even bigger. Because if you work with like somebody who has 1 million followers now, chances are they already have their producers they're locked in with. They won't really care about you that much. But if you've been working with somebody since they had 100 followers, it's more meaningful. So I'm always like, no matter how big I am, I'm always gonna have my ears open for the next talent.
For the next sound, then basically the next big thing coming out of
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure. Yeah.
What platform you use the most to listen to, like keep your ear out for new artists and stuff?
I would say SoundCloud. And also just like mutual connections on Instagram. Like when people share something on their story, like I often click like when somebody shares like a Triller to their story from a different artist. I'm like, maybe this guy's hard. Like I'll check him out, and then like if I like it, I hit him up to work, and I'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. What was like how was like the correct way you reach out to you reached out to bigger artists, right?
Yeah, I try to reach out to big people. It doesn't always work. Like surprisingly, the majority of bigger artists that I've gotten in touch with, it's from YouTube. Like they end up hitting me up.
Oh shit.
Like it's crazy how many people have found my YouTube channel.
I see that while you still dropping it on YouTube.
Yeah. Like I really never know. Like it's surprisingly usually them, like the big artists. When you hit them up, they like, because there's so many producers. Like you just don't stand out. Like I'll say like yo, like I'm trying to send you beats. Like let's lock in something like that. But there's another 100 guys doing that, and if they don't know your name, then just all looks the same.
What would you say is the correct way just to like, reach out to a bigger artist?
Just be simple and be upfront about it. Like don't try to like be like too much of a fanboy. Like even if you really like the artist, like just be cool. Just be like genuine about it. Just be like, yo, I'm trying to work with you. Don't waste their time. Like don't be like, oh, I love this song. Like I love that song. Like, oh, you're so good. Like just be like, yo, I'm trying to work. Like let's make some music. And yeah.
So let's say, all right, boom, you reach out to a big artist. Like he said, let's work. He agreed to it. Do you charge out rip, or how that process even work?
Probably I'm just gonna send them stuff, because like I feel like with a lot of people, if you just start bringing up like the financial part of it, it's just such a turn off. Yeah, exactly. It kills the vibe. So yeah, really, I would like, if it's a big artist and they're down to work, I'm just gonna send them stuff and then see how things go from there. Because a lot of times, like you could say like, oh, like how much am I getting paid for this? If it doesn't drop, like that's not gonna be anything. With a lot of these bigger artists, they they have so much music in the vault that you can't even worry about that until like down the line.
Yeah. I had recently did a producer a while back where he said like he worked with a big artist. Then that big artist like used his beat, took out his tag, and gave it to another producer.
That's terrible. That's why you got to have
Is the
like,
game that dirty in the music industry?
I guess so. Yeah. I haven't really been a victim of anything like that too crazy, but I always
Mm-hmm.
put like a little contract in my email saying like I hold the rights to all these beats. Like if you use these, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta like do this and that. And it's always good to have like recommendation for all the producers out there that are in that type of situation. Like make sure you get a lawyer. Like don't try to handle that yourself. Like gotta have like a manager or lawyer who knows what they're doing.
Is it a necessary thing to know the business side of the being a producer?
Oh yeah, I definitely recommend people watch like YouTube videos, read books, even like go to school for it, like to learn this because there's so many different like crazy situations you wouldn't expect
Mm-hmm.
that could happen. So yeah, knowing what to do is super important.
Yeah, fact. You don't want your beats and all that crazy stuff stolen from you.
Yeah, yeah.
So what project you finna drop soon or working on right now so far?
I'm probably gonna do like a second project like MXX Pharrell 2
Mm-hmm.
with more artists. Like now that I'm at a higher level, I'll try to refine it more. And I'm really trying to like work more personally with artists, like not just send a beat, they record it and send it back, but like really like be like ideally like in person with them and really like making music like really collaboratively in that sense. I think that's super important. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing with what I have now. I'm also trying to like do more sound design type stuff to push my sound forward. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about going forward with right now.
Yeah, fact. So how, like in New York, like how long you say you been staying out there in New York?
My whole life.
Your whole life?
Yeah.
It get pretty cold out there, right? In winter?
Yeah, it gets cold. For COVID, I just been staying indoors mostly, but yeah, sometimes in the winter it does get really cold, yeah.
Yeah, I know that, John. And what about like underground producers like yourself? Do y'all have a big chance to blow out there in New York? Or what would you recommend? Like if you coming for like especially for New York, like yourself, would you move out of New York or stay in New York?
No, I think New York is a great place to be. I mean, I think that LA and Atlanta, at least at this moment, have and at least personally for the kind of stuff I do, have more going on.
Mm-hmm.
But people are always in New York. Like there's so many record labels that are out there. People are always coming there. There's always studio sessions in New York. But really, if you're an underground producer, if you make drill, New York is like the place to be. But
Yeah.
but other than that, like it's solid. Like it's been good for me to be there and stuff. Yeah.
But it's like I ain't gonna say get played out, but it's like you say it's too many underground artists. I mean producers that's trying to make drill beats, so it's like a big competition over there, right?
Yeah, there is. And a lot of drill stuff is like so similar that it gets really saturated, which one of the reasons why I'm not like really going after that. But there is like a lot of potential there if you are a
Yeah, you're
producer.
right though. It's a lot of drill music in New York that
Oh
sound
yeah.
the same. Like damn.
Yeah.
You be thinking this is for the same guy, but it's like everybody's different. You be like, damn,
Yeah.
they using the same formula, really.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess it's chasing the plaque. Whoever blows first
Yeah.
off the plaque.
Yeah. It's
You
true.
know. One more thing I was finna ask you, man, was when that era of 6ix9ine was out there, was y'all really out of, like, when he's like really the biggest thing out of New York? How was New York like when 6ix9ine was just going crazy over there?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of my friends would be like bumping him and stuff. Like it's just hype music. Like I'll hear it like in like all the cars like passing by and stuff. At this point, it's like it's pretty dead. Like he's not.
Oh yeah, he fell out.
Yeah, yeah. But
But
nah,
was it to a point where like every underground producer wanted to work with him, trying to?
not really because it's so controversial. Like everything going on with him, and
Mhm.
like a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people do like him. Although I think like a lot of his hype was so like boosted by his label. At least that's how it felt to me. That it wasn't like
Mhm.
he wasn't like really like the king of New York. Like everybody's listening to him.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the time at this point, it's like A Boogie and Pop Smoke are the main people that I hear like around
Hey,
outside.
what's his name? Dang, what's his name? Lil J. What is it? Lil J.
Lil
too?
TJ?
TJ or something like
Yeah,
that.
Lil TJ. He's one of my favorite artists to listen
Yeah.
to. Yeah, he's hard as well. I'm definitely trying to work with him. Yeah, people listen to him a lot out there as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Dang, you don't be going to the studios over there like that?
Yeah, I
Understood.
go to a few sessions, but yeah, I definitely got to get in that scene more. Like during COVID, like New York has such strict lockdowns,
Mhm.
and I wasn't trying to like risk anything, like risk getting sick, risk getting other people sick. So I kind of stayed out of like the studio scene, but definitely as things are getting better, I'm gonna get back into that for sure.
Fact. Any people you want to shout out or anything before you head out?
I mean, I got to shout out everybody who's here right now. Dom, Frank, Gianni, Kavi, Bristow, and then the people at the B&B with us, CGM, Creator, and all of them. Yeah, shout out to them. They made the trip far.
This your last day here, right? Or
we're leaving tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah. And y'all coming back to Atlanta soon, right?
Yeah, I hope so. It was great.
Yeah, man. You know what? Anything else you want to, shout out, promote?
Nah, I mean, follow me on Instagram at M20Beats. Check out my YouTube channel, my website, m20beats.beatstars.com. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for coming out, showing support to the podcast.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
We out.